Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do that last video for the birthday people for the Aquarius season, because I want to save my energies. I'm planning on doing a live tomorrow. I'm still deciding on the time, and at the same time I'm going to start next week with the romantic readings. Of course, I want to remind you all that if you're interested in a paid tarot reading for yourself when it comes to the romantic aspect of your life, you can find my email in the description box. So yes, today I'm going to do this reading for NCT 127 Jaehyun. So he's going to be the last of this series, but of course that I'm going to come back every once in a while and do the others that I still haven't read for. But there's a lot of Aquarius idols. I actually tried my best to do almost all the people that I had in my list, but it was difficult because I tried to be very fair, and also to listen what my community wants and my subscribers want. um, I also have to be mindful of your favorites, and it's not about having a favoritism. It's just that some people, there's like an amount part of my audience that want a certain reading, and I also have to choose in based of what the majority wants, at least for now. That actually I have a very small channel and I want to expand the audience. I need to concentrate in videos that actually people want to see. But I'm really happy that I'm really like proud of myself that I got to do a lot of readings. This series was like a sort of experiment. I don't know how I came up with that, but I think that it was great. So today is going to be for Jaehyun. So let's talk a bit about his energy astrologically. He's an Aquarius sun with the moon in Taurus, which actually I can tell because he's very handsome, like without even trying, and that's very Taurus energy, very Venusian kind of beauty. Like you cannot describe exactly what is it, because I always can tell when a guy is a Taurus sign, or it's has a moon in Taurus, or a lot of influence of Taurus energy, is when they are so laid back and so calm and so like put together, and so like like in this mood of whatever, I'm pretty, like and there's something about the influence of Venus in males, that they are even prettier than girls or than females actually. And sometimes I just want to punch them in the face because they are so beautiful. But it's so effortless, beautiful. I'm sorry, that was my moon in Scorpio talking. I don't want to punch Jaehyun in the face. He's gorgeous. Um, but let's see what he has in store for him, what the cards have to say for him. He got the Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups. Oh, a lot of sevens. And then from the Oracle of the Chakras, he got the card of Passion. So, yeah, I see, like, I don't know why, but when I'm staring at his spread, I'm like, why are these cards shining so bright? Like, I don't know why, but I never stopped to notice, but it seems like the cards are glowing. Like, there's a lot of yellowish, and like it's very strong for my eyes even. And it's not the first time that I see these cards actually, but I'm seeing like a lot of glowing. So I don't know if maybe it has to do with him and his energy. But yes, starting off with the Ace of Pentacles, definitely is talking to me about a very prosperous beginning. Possibly this year is going to be very prosperous and abundant when it comes to opportunities for him, when it comes to his financial side or his professional side. I actually don't see cards that talk about relationships or emotional subjects. Is more about work. Here the cards are talking to me about his work, his productivity, the challenges that he has to face in order to be the productive. And it's really interesting. So and in this also I want to take a moment to also sort of like make you understand why I feel this way. This also lets me know that for him, career is important, and that probably one of his main interests this year is going to be dedicated to the financial stability, or probably to be able to get more gigs or to be able to get more opportunities in his career or in his profession. So he's someone that he's very like driven by like results, like actually like seeing money, seeing possibilities, seeing work. And this is also very moon in Taurus, when you have, because yes, he's an Aquarius, yes, he's funny, he is he's very witty, but his moon in Taurus here is lets me know that this guy definitely knows how to work with what he has available. In the sense that, we mentioned the Moon in Taurus is ruled by Venus, so these are very handsome people, or these are people that pay a lot of attention to the aesthetic side of life. So here in the case of Jaehyun, I'm seeing that he actually is very aware of the prosperity or the productivity that his looks or his appearance and how trained his body is and his image, how much this influences his success. So he's probably someone that takes care a lot of his image, and at the same time that he trains a lot. Of course, that all idols do, but in his case, he's showing me that beauty takes effort, and that beauty and being able to work with your presence and with your image and with your body, because some Pentacles also talks about the body, not only about the the financial, the money, the endeavors, the materialistic things. They also represent the body, and I see a lot of Pentacles here. So he's like he's like showing me the effort that it takes. That is not just like being born pretty, or having a pretty nose, or having like pretty eyes. You have to work on yourself all the time. Probably it's a lot of competition as well. And then here, and also his energy is telling me something about persistence, about being persistent, about having some consistency in your routines, not getting too comfortable and being like, oh, okay, yes, I'm considered one of the, I don't know, one of the sexiest idols, so I'm going to chill and relax. Actually, I see him like, yes, he's not the kind of person that he's aggressive, like he's like an attention seeker. I don't think that actually he likes to like do a lot of efforts to be the center of attention. He's like this very calm energy, but his presence is very strong, and I think that this is where persistence comes from. But then we have the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Wands. So a lot of resistance here. I think that probably for him to achieve this prosperity that he wants so bad is actually he's going to have to face a few resistances or a few delays, or probably if he comes up with a project or an idea or a sort of collaboration with someone, probably people are going to not receive it so well, or probably there are going to be mixed opinions, like him probably like also like dealing with people or producers or these these companies that are a bit like are not very trustworthy, so probably they promise him something, or they promise him like, okay, yes, you're going to participate on this, but then things get cancelled or they get postponed. So definitely he's like still recovering from that, from feeling a bit distrustful, like where do I put my energy, or where do I put my prosperity? Like I don't know who to trust, and I think that this is something that actually is not his fault. I think that it has to do with also with the people that manages his career. They should be a bit more like pay more attention to details, like do a little bit more of research about the brand, about these people's deals, if these people is transparent, if these people is trustworthy, because actually Jaehyun is a celebrity. So if you put him in a project, it's like please try to be consistent in the project, like do not drop the project, or do not like cancel, or like be a bit serious. There's something here that he definitely is on the defensive. Like he's going to still feel a bit defensive every time a new offer comes up for him. He's going to be like, I don't know, are we sure this is the right move? I don't know if I can trust these people. And he's also a bit upset. I think that he was able to see and acknowledge that actually this was the company's fault. Like they should like take a bit more care of him. I think that there's something up here that lets me know that sometimes he feels like he's not very well represented, especially when it comes to individual activities. Because he's someone, like I mentioned, he's someone that he's very hardworking and he's very persistent. So if you're like, okay, we're going to work on this, it's like make sure that the project it's real, um, but also like let's not get dramatic, and also let's also like take into consideration that we are in a pandemic situation. So brands and projects and filming and shooting and everything, there's a lot of people behind that, and sometimes it's not their fault entirely. It's just that some business works better than others, and I think that we should be also like very compassionate to the people, to the staff, not the producers or people that put the money. I'm thinking about the staff, because I see a lot of hands, like a lot of people working hours and hours and hours to prepare a set, to prepare the wardrobe, to prepare the lights, the decoration, there's so much people working, guys, working long hours, and then for projects to not work because of budget or something, or about getting some permissions or something like that, it's very sad actually. But actually he's showing me a bit of resistance. Like actually he's like, okay, come on, why didn't you see if this project was actually like I see him a bit disappointed, you know, and also like a bit resistant about like, okay, I don't know if I'm going to take a new project in the future. You know, like being a bit upset, you know, because it's like he doesn't want to be like, he doesn't want his name to be linked to things that do not flourish, you know, to things that do not grow. You know, he's a very expansive person, and people have a good image of him, you know, especially he wants to show that he's a very hardworking person, that he's just not another pretty face, you know, that he's a guy that shows up, that does the work, that is very committed, and yes, he is. Then thankfully, we have the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. So, yes, things are going to change probably in the middle of the year, and he's going to get a lot of opportunities later. He's going to have a lot of more opportunities to choose from. And I think that this is because his resistance to take a new project right away is what actually is going to give him time for things to develop, you know, for time to pass, for things to get accommodated, you know, probably the the summer comes, you know, the summer season starts, you know, when there's good weather, where there's like there's a bit, because now I see like the whole winter thing is in the country, and the pandemic, and I see everything a bit stuck and a bit like, you know, like not safe, you know, like not safe. So definitely when the season changes, he will see literally the sun again, and it's okay. It's okay that I think that it's okay that he also shows that he's not happy with things, you know, because like I mentioned when I read for other NCT members, definitely I see them like working a lot this year. They will continue working, they will continue having comebacks. So this is why I see that probably Jaehyun is like, okay, if I'm going to make a time to do a solo project, like it better be worth it, you know, because he's going to be a busy guy. He is a busy guy. So, and yes, I think that he will definitely have a lot of more prosperous opportunities in the future, and it's going to be a lot. So you know, he's going to have to be also very mindful when you pick, because you know, when you get all these opportunities at once, you sometimes can get a bit dizzy, you know, like a bit like not seeing the reality. So, you know, he should get like some kind of advisor or someone that actually is much more knowledgeable, because I don't think that these opportunities are about music. I think that they are about art, being artist, of course, artistic, but I don't think it's about music. I think that it's about another thing. And you know, I mentioned like he's very aware that he works with his image. And then from the Oracle of the Chakras, we got the card of passion. So yes, definitely yes. The card of passion. It's. I think that he had found his passion, and this year is going to be very. It's going to be the year where you will see him show others his passion, and I think that it has to do. It's not about music. It's more about what he wants to do. So I don't know if his passion is modeling or acting or being a communicator, like being an MC, or being a presenter or something like that. But he's going to connect with his passion, and I think that he's going to say it out loud, and he's also going to show it with with actions. And I think that this is going to be also a very important and personal moment for him. because I think that there's something about him like showing his true passion or what he really enjoys doing that probably I don't know if people from the company are going to be very happy seeing him being really good at his passion. I don't know if I'm making sense here, but I think that the fact that he's going to be very successful in other areas is something that the SM is not going to like. Of course, they would have to deal with it, but I'm thinking like there's a bit of envy and there's a bit of jealousy there. And I'm not talking about the other members because the other members are really supportive of what they do individually. I'm talking about the people that in the company that somehow want to be the owners of Jaehyun's um, image. You know, they want to be the like, oh yes, we own this guy, like he is our golden ticket or he is our golden boy and he is ours, you know, like a sort of like, yes, we saw him first or something like that. You know, they want a piece of everything that these guys does do. And it's not just him. You know, I think that they every time the members or the artists in the company do something that is outside of the music aspect, they get a bit like on the defensive. Like, yes, don't get too comfortable in that role because you have to come back and work for us. You know, so I don't know if maybe they have this sort of fear that if he gets too comfortable in other activities he will give up singing or something like that. I don't think it's the case. But I think that they are like, okay, don't put all your energy in this external project. You need to work for us because the contract it's like always reminding him that he belongs there. But I think that he's going to be more he's going to defend his passion and he's going to be very very clear and very because he's also very stubborn. He's a very um, he's a guy that he doesn't say much. It's like he can have superficial conversations and he's not talking about he's not that person that he's like always talking about what he wants to do or he's like this very silent kind of person that you find out what he has been doing after it's done, you know. So probably he's going to be very silent, but he's going to be also very humble, and all of a sudden he's going to start feeling like I'm happy with doing what I'm doing, or I'm in this period in my career where I'm proud I took this chance because I feel like this activity or this role is what I always wanted to do, or I feel great doing it. So when he talks about it, you will see like shining in his eyes, you know, and and they feel threatened by that, you know, like I don't know, because I think he's very humble. Actually, it's like I mentioned, he's not demanding in the sense that he's not like, oh, I should get more screen time or I should get more lines. No, he's not. He's the guy that he is, and he's very popular as well, and he knows it. But he's not a show off. That's what I wanted to say. He doesn't show off that he is important or that he's essential, you know. Um, but he's going to participate in a project that is going to make him feel really proud of himself. And he's going to feel really proud that he actually took the courage to do it, you know, because probably at first he's going to be a bit resistant on doing it. but probably this project is going to be very successful, and he's going to get a lot of praise because of his involvement in it. Yes, it's great. I love it for him. I love it. I love it for him. I think he deserves it, and I think that he's also someone that he's very talented. Well, we all know it. Of course, they are all very talented, but there's something about him actually feeling really comfortable with the result of something. He's like, wow, I did it. Like, like when you feel proud of yourself, and when you feel like that sort of motivation, that sort of fire inside of you, that you're like, wow, I cannot believe it. I did this. And it's great. It's great that he can connect with his passion, because we are all in this process of learning. It's like when you take a new hobby, and at first you are like, oh, I don't know if I will be able to learn this. It seems so difficult. But then with practice, you start getting better and better at it. And I think that this is the case of him. He definitely has a lot to offer. He's much more than a singer or an idol. So it's amazing that he's seeing that he can be very prosperous. It's great. This is all I have for Jaehyun. I hope that you enjoyed it. And yes, if you are a fan of him, I would appreciate your feedback, please. And yes, this is going to be the last reading for the birthday people series for the Aquarius season. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.